I'll see you.
Notice is hereby given that Erath County Commissioners Court will meet in regular session on Monday, August the 14th, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the second floor Commissioners Courtroom at Erath County Courthouse, Stephenville, Texas, to consider the following agenda items for discussion and possible action. We'll start off this morning with the Pledge of Allegiance. Next is our invocation, Mr. John Mangus with Hillside Baptist in Bluffdale, Texas. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Let's pray. Our gracious Father, Lord, we do recognize your hand in great providence and provision for us. This time of year, we look back and we just thank you so much for what you've done in the year, from the fruit of the field, but also in our own lives and our county. Just thank you. But we also ask, Lord, now as we discuss these items, Lord, that you would give our members and our judge the wisdom that they need to make decisions that are best for the people here in this county. Lord, and that your hand of blessing will continue to pour out through these remaining months of this year. Lord, be with the specific needs that are in this room. We just love you and lift you up. Just amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Our next item, agenda item is public comments, and we have one that I've received. Mr. Dave Washington. Got your 3 minutes, sir.
Commissioners, Judge, thank you for having me this morning. I come this morning just to announce that as we now are in the very, very beginning stages of the 2024 primary election area, our agenda area, we are going to make candidate packets available as we've done in the past before filing dates are official. Now, for the precinct chairman and the county chairmanship within the party, that filing date starts September the 12th. I will have that information available for people to have at our next meeting on September the 7th, I believe it is. Now, the filing date for the other offices, and I believe there are 7 offices that are contained within the county that will need to get with us to get applications to be on that ballot. As soon as I receive that information from the Secretary of State, which I expect within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will have those available, and we are now making arrangements again to be available outside of the county clerk's office, whether it be in this building or the new building, depending on what the dates are, so that the candidate can receive from us the packet of information they'll need to review and fill out to be placed on the ballot, as well as at that same time file their campaign treasurer's information with the county clerk, so that throughout this entire thing we are going step by step in accordance with the rules and laws that apply to the way we run for offices in the state of Texas. So thank you for letting me come forward with that. If anybody has any questions, I'll be available after the meeting or at any time that y'all need something.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Washington. Item number 4, discussion and action to approve corrected replat for lots 298, 299 in Mountain Lake, Section 2, Lot 299R, Mountain Lake, Section 2. Mr. Gardner.
Sir, good morning. This is just a replat in Mountain Lakes. They're just combining 2 lots into one bigger lot. This actually has gone through court. The last court it did go through and got approved, but we did find a typo, a correction that we needed to make before it was filed with the county clerk. So we made those corrections, and we're just bringing the corrections to you to be approved. Everything's good on the plat now.
Make a motion to approve the corrected plat for lots 298 and 299 combined to form lot 299R in Mountain Lake Section 2.
Second. I've got a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the corrected replat of lots 298 and 299 in Mountain Lakes Section 2 to Lot 299R Mountain Lakes Section 2. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is now approved. Item number 5 is discussion and action to approve final plat for Rough Creek Lodge, lots 1 through 7. Mr. Gardner.
This is actually the same type of situation. We brought this last court for the final. It was approved, and when we went to record it, there were a couple corrections we needed to make as well. There was some typos on there, so we had to have the surveyor adjust those, and it was just a name change. I think they had the wrong property owner's names on it. So we did change that. Everything's been corrected, and we're just bringing it through for the final this time.
Make a motion to approve the final plat for Rough Creek lots Rough Creek Lodge, lots 1 through 7. Second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the final plat for Rough Creek Lodge, lots 1 through 7. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. Item number 6, discussion and action to approve final plat for Haven Development on County Road 487. Mr. Gardner.
Yeah, this is a development, has a bunch of little tiny cabins on it. You guys have, should have a printout in your packet. Everything has been submitted. We've done a final inspection. Everything is really labeled right, labeled correctly. All the measurements, everything are good. We verified all the details on the plat. Everything is correct. We're just bringing it to get it approval for the final.
Okay, so you've got everything you need, documentation.
All right. Documentation's in.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat for Haven Development on County Road 487.
Is Haven the right name on that?
Haven Development, yeah, Blake Hunter is the owner, but it's under Haven.
Haven Development, okay. I knew Blake was the owner, that's why I was questioning. I'll second.
I've got a motion by
Sure we had it.
Commissioner Ray and a second by Commissioner Stevens to approve the final plat for Haven Development on County Road 487. Any further discussion or questions from Mr. Gardner? Hear none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. Item number 7, presentation of committee members for Subdivision, Rural, and Land Development Department. Mr. Gardner.
This is a committee that we brought to the court last session, which was approved. We're putting a committee together to review all the current subdivision rules and even look at the old subdivision rules, the past ones. We have subdivision rules, we have rural development rules, we have manufactured home rules. We need to update some of our RV rules. There are just a lot of rules that we need to bring together and have a better understanding of our rules and a little bit more clarification. We do have a 10-member committee that we put together. I can read those names for you. The first member would be myself. Then we have Judge Huckabee on the committee as well, Jocelyn Perez, Ms. Gwenda Jones, Commissioner Stevens, Joe England, Keith Bailey, Joanna Freeble, Dwayne Elston, and Nick Williams. And basically what we've done is we've taken professionals throughout the community from different expertise, I guess, if you want to put it that way, and brought them all together so that we can have a little bit more accountability. So we have somebody from the real estate industry, somebody from the city's going to be on board, the commissioner, the judge, yourself. Myself, we have Joe England, who's the county engineer, but he's also our FEMA director, so he will definitely help with all the FEMA issues that we have. We're just trying to make it a community-wide committee so that we can get everybody's input on it and kind of have a broader net, if you will, so that as we put these rules together, we have a little more accountability for the community. We can hold everybody to that.
Perfect.
Our first meeting we're looking at is September 8th to have a kickoff meeting. We're still trying to nail that one down for sure. We're going to meet probably for a couple of hours, 3 hours each time, and we're going to do it as long as it takes for as many meetings, but I'm estimating 3 to 4 meetings is all we're going to need to do to finalize everything.
Very good. Any questions, Mr. Gardner, about the meeting? All righty, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll move to item number 8, which is discussion and action to approve a bid for moving company to the new annex. We have a bid. I think you've got it in your packet. We did receive multiple, but this is from DH Hauling in the total amount of $10,950. This is moving our tax assessor collector office and our county clerk office and every record from that's ever been created in Erath County over to our new building. So it's quite extensive, if you can imagine, and fragile in some instances. Notice is hereby given that Erath County Commissioners Court will meet regular session on Monday, August 14th. Did I add wrong? 10,000. He split it with this Monday. Okay. I'm back. It's really me this time. So the total bid, it's split up into 2 bids because we can use record preservation money for this out of the county clerk's office for preserving these records over there that are restricted funds. So I would entertain a motion on that.
I make a motion we use DH Hauling to move the county clerk and the county treasurer and all of their belongings to the new building. Second.
I got a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the bid with DH Hauling. Any other questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. That will be approved, and I think start moving soon. So we're getting close to the new building, very close, very close. All right, item number 9 is update on received request for proposal for health insurance and related benefits. So this is to let the public and everybody know, we did this a couple weeks ago. There was a issue with the mail and where things were dropped off, but I wanted to update you all on the bids that were received by the time they were supposed to. They have not been looked at by any county officials. They are sent off for to be analyzed, because it's a very complicated process these days with insurance. But to let you guys know, we did receive a bid from Curative, Cigna, Aetna, and Texas Association of Counties. We received those bids. We will be sending them off to be analyzed, and then we will bring that back up and have a discussion about the coverages, the amounts of where we're at with all of that. So wanted to make the public aware of that. There is no action on that item. Item number 10, discussion and action to approve contract between ESO Solutions and Erath County EMS. Mr. Jackson.
Good morning. This is basically a contract with ESO. It allows us and our billing company to access the records of the dispositions of patients. And if Emergicon is going to pay this for Erath County, it helps them with billing. So we're going to pay $1,000 for the contract. So it's no cost to the county. The only possible side effect is if we ever decide to go away from Emergicon, we can just not pay that contract.
The $495.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between the ESO Solutions and Erath County EMS.
I'll second it.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Ray to approve the contract with EOS Solutions and Erath County EMS. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Item number 11, discussion and action to approve optional road and bridge fee for fiscal year 2024. Ms. Carey.
This is the optional optional road and bridge fee that is attached to your vehicle registrations, and you have been at the $10. I think how old I am. We've had that for at least 30 years. So if you want to continue with it each year, you have to approve continuing with the $10 road and bridge fee.
I'll make a motion to approve the optional $10 road and bridge fee for the fiscal year 2024.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Ray, or by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Ray to approve the $10 road and bridge fee for year 2024. Again, that's no change to what we've been doing. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That moves forward. Thank you, Ms. Carey. Discussion and action to approve new jury pay for county court, district court, and justice of the peace court. Ms. Greer.
House Bill 3474 amends the government code to where for our jury pay, and that includes all three courts. It does not include grand jury, so I'm also going to ask that we include grand jury because it's rather difficult on pay. Prior to this, you get $6 just for showing up for a jury. The county several years ago voted to make that 10, so we've been paying 10 now for, I don't know, 12, 13 years. It's been a while. So the jury, once they're chosen, once the jurors are chosen, they get paid $40 a day, beginning the second day. Once again, several years ago, y'all were gracious enough to let us pay our jurors $40 day one. So we pick them up Monday. We start our trials on Monday because they usually last all week. So we start paying them as of Monday. They're $40. That is now going to 58, which is an odd number. And been talking with the treasurer's office and auditors and stuff, it's just really gonna be difficult. I mean, we'd have to have a separate totally bank account just for 1s and 5s and 10s and 20s. And then I'd have to have another person to keep up with all this during the week as we trade. So I'm gonna ask if y'all would to pay the $60. It's $2 more per juror. The other side to this is the state reimburses us. Currently, they reimburse us $34 for that $40 we spend. They're now gonna reimburse us $52. So they're still gonna reimburse us for the exact same amount, and the county's still gonna be out more. It's just we're asking for that extra $2, so we'll just be dealing with basically $20 bills paying out. Again, that's strictly just for pettit juries. It does not include our grand jury. I also would ask that y'all, if you could approve that I get to pay my grand jurors the same amount so we can keep it the same across the board. I know the money's kind of confusing, but.
All right, help me with this, but I want to try to make a motion on this. I'll make a motion to pay the jurors $60 a day, and we're going to include the grand jury as well for the sum of $60 a day as well, correct?
Yes.
Anything else I need to add to that?
I don't think so. Can you think of something, Glenda? Does that need to stay? Does it need to say something that the state's paying 58, but y'all are gonna agree to the 60? So I don't know if that needs to be added.
Just say.
Not necessary. Okay.
You want to state it again, just for clarification for the record.
I'll make the motion for Erath County to pay its jurors $60 a day, and to also include the grand jury for the sum of $60 a day as well.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Ray to move our payment to jurors in all jury trials to $60 a day. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. The next item is discussion and action to appoint Judge Brandon Huckabee as trustee for Pecan Valley Center's Behavioral and Development Health Care This is an open seat that Judge Campos was filling on their board, and I've volunteered myself to step into that role to try to help continue to build the relationship between Pecan Valley and Erath County and our sheriff's office and things like that. So, I guess I'm asking y'all to appoint me for more work, so.
Well, I'll make a motion to appoint Judge Brandon Huckabee, trustee of Pecan Valley Center's Behavior and Development Healthcare.
Second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Ray, a second by Commissioner Brown, to appoint myself as trustee for Pecan Valley Center's Behavioral and Health Development Care. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? That will move forward. Item number 14, discussion and action to approve agreement to partner with Genesis E-Bond Services for the bonding process of inmates at Erath County Jail. Sheriff Coates, Danny, whoever. Put you both to sleep, I'm sorry.
We're looking at going with Genesis E-Bonds to start doing electronic bonding. It'll streamline the process. It makes it where the bonds can be done, bonds can be done from home if they wanted to. Reduces the amount of paper errors that we have, losing bonds, things like that. And the money, they have a company that they do the money through. It doesn't cost the county anything. They get their funds. There's a $10 fee on the bond, and they can pass that to whoever they're bonding and whatnot. But the money's all handled electronically, which reduces our amount of having to, man hours, having to deal with the county and everything like that, because everything's electronic.
Okay.
But as of right now, we don't have any kind of electronic.
And this is a presentation. I came out, we had the group that presented to us, correct, and presented to the local bond board, bail bond board and everything. Yeah, this is a good program to help cut down on paperwork, allow people to get bonded out faster for the bonds people. So I don't think it costs us anything.
This doesn't cost the county anything. What I understand, they're charging $10, basically $10 per bond.
It's
basically paying the city.
And the court fees will still be processed through that, so that $10 is in addition to the $15. So it just it'll cost the bondsman $25.
I'll entertain a motion.
I make the motion to partner with Genesis E-Bond Services for the bonding process of inmates at the Erath County Jail.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Ray to approve the agreement to partner with Genesis E-Bond Services for the bonding process of inmates at Erath County Jail. Any further discussion or questions for Captain or Sheriff? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That will be approved. Thank you, sir. Don't leave. Okay. Item number 15 is discussion and action to approve the contract of law enforcement services agreement between Morgan Mill ISD and Erath County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Coates.
This is for the SRO we spoke about, the same deal that we have in Bluntdale. About to have a three-way if we get up. They pay the salary, we pay the benefits, and supply fees.
Perfect.
And we also get the use of that deputy when it's not during school.
At the same time, that deputy comes back to us. Morgan Mill will actually be working traffic on 281 at their discretion.
This will put a deputy at 281 right in Morgan Mill that can hopefully help with some traffic control too as well.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between law enforcement services. Martin F. Scully with Kansas City.
Second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Ray, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the law enforcement services agreement between Morgan Mill ISD and Erath County. Any further questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. Item number 16, discussion and action to approve contracted law enforcement service agreement between Thruway ISD and Erath County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Coates.
Same type of deal, it's just three-way instead of Morganville or Bluffdale, same contract.
Perfect. I'll entertain a motion.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the law enforcement service agreement between Three Ways ISD and Erath County Sheriff's Office.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Ray, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the law enforcement service agreement between Thruway ISD and Erath County Sheriff's Office. All in favor say aye. 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 That will be approved. Thank you, sir. Just want to say that now puts 3 deputies in our school, 4 deputies in our school, sorry. We have 2 more that have not joined on board yet, but we hope that they will at some point. But I appreciate the sheriff working hard on that. I appreciate the court supporting that, because I think it's incredibly important that that in the times we live in, we take care of that. So thank you for your hard work on getting those done. Are you still on here? You are. 17, discussion and action to approve the transfer of a 2019 white Chevy Tahoe from Erath County Sheriff's Office to Dublin EMS. Sheriff Coates.
This is one of the Tahoes that we're gonna retire anyway. Dublin is in dire need of one, and I believe they're also gonna use that for the community resource medic, which will go ahead or go along the lines of our MHMR deputies, am I correct? So it's actually an added benefit to the county for them to have that.
All right. I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we transfer a 2019 Tahoe from the Erath County Sheriff's Office to Dublin EMS.
Second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Stevens to transfer a 2019 white Chevy Tahoe from Erath County Sheriff's Office to Dublin EMS. Any further discussion or questions? If not, all in favor say aye. That is approved and moved forward. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. The next item is number 18, discussion and action to approve interlocal agreement between Erath County and the city of Stephenville. This is a agreement for shared use to perform general maintenance and upkeep for each other. We have one of these coming from Dublin as well, but they have not approved it. So this is an opportunity again for us to continue to partner with other entities and save our taxpayers money by doing work that otherwise would have to be subbed out and bid out on different things. So really excited to start these. You're going to see quite a few of these contracts coming through, but this is the first one that's been through the process. Again, Dublin is coming. So
That's long overdue. It's a good community effort, you know, to help the city out when they need help, and they do likewise. They offered us help and have helped in the past, so it worked out great. This allows us just to be able to do it instead of having to bring it to court and wait a week when they need something done. They need it done, and this will streamline the process a lot.
a good example is that when you helped in your precinct when a road washed away, and we had the equipment that could dig it out and retain. So this will help us, put us in a position to have better cooperation and save you money. So
I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement between Erath County and the city of Stephenville.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Brown to approve the interlocal agreement between Erath County and city of Stephenville. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. All right, the next two, they're individual, but they are our general contracts from our NCT 911 partners that are very standard, and I believe our county attorney said they don't change those no matter what, so look at them. So they're a very standard contract that we sign all the time. But number 19 is discussion and action to approve interlocal agreement between North Central Texas Emergency Communications District and Erath County for local addressing and GIS services. I will entertain a motion.
recommend Erath County for local addressing for GIS services.
I get a motion by Commissioner Brown, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the interlocal agreement between North Central Texas Emergency Communications District and Erath County for local addressing and GIS services. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We will move to item number 20. Discussion and action to approve interlocal agreement between North Central Texas Emergency Communications and District and Erath County for regional 911 services. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement between the North Central Texas Emergency Communication and District and Erath County Regional 911 Services.
I get a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the interlocal agreement between North Central Texas Emergency Communications District and Erath County for regional 911 services. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That will move forward as well. Item number 21, discussion and action to approve job description for custodian. Ms. Keith.
Okay, on the job description for custodian, we're just gonna do the same as we've got for this building. I know we're adding another custodian, so I just wanted to reuse the original ones we had. Would that be sufficient for y'all as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, the functions, as long as we're updating them and the functions fall
Yeah.
within what their requirements are.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions for Becky on job description here? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the job description for custodian.
Second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Ray, a second by Commissioner Stevens to approve the job description for custodian. Any further discussion or questions for Ms. Keith? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That'll move forward. Item 22 is discussion and action to approve the job description for pretrial release officer. Ms. Keith.
Okay, I have a couple of updates on that one. They were added in the very front. I don't know if yours is highlighted. There were 2 bullets. Okay. It's in the very first section where they need to have the interaction with TCOL and then some other information about experience.
I think these are mainly because of some recent legislative changes, again, that require us to do more paperwork and more processing with the PRS system and stuff like that, that this person does for us. So that's the update mainly, PSRS. So that was part of the Damon Allen Act. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the job description for the pretrial release officer.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Ray, second by Commissioner Stevens to approve the job description for pretrial release officer. Any further discussion or questions for Ms. Keith? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That'll move forward with that one. Item number 23, discussion and action to approve amendment of paid leave policy and employee handbook. Ms. Keith.
Okay, in our current handbook, it states when you're on FMLA, that while you're on FMLA, you have to use your sick, holiday, and vacation hours while you're on FMLA. Now, even with that individual, not everyone has short-term disability, but for the ones that have short-term disability, they're also getting that running concurrently with FMLA and the vacation, sick, and holiday hours. It is to our detriment to our employees that we're making them use all of their vacation, holiday, sick leave while they're on FMLA when they are having short-term disability. These employees come back and then they don't have time to take off, say for to go take their child to the doctor if they've had a child, or go make another doctor's appointment if they've got a checkup after being out on FMLA. So what we are proposing is that for any individual that has short-term disability currently, that they are not required to take their vacation, sick, or holiday while on FMLA. But if that employee doesn't have short-term disability, they are required to do vacation, sick, and holiday while on FMLA. It is my hope during this next enrollment period that we get every employee on short-term disability, so that way they can take full advantage of this ruling in our new handbook.
Any questions for Ms. Keith?
How much is the short-term disability cost?
It costs the employee nothing because the county's been paying for it. And it's
So
all
why
based
does
on
anybody
their.
not have it if the county's paying for it?
That's right. So we do have a handful that don't have it, such as I, and I know some other ones that don't have it. Where I come from, typically, the employee always pays for it, but the county here pays for it. So, like I said, in the next enrollment period, I'm gonna get every employee signed up for short-term disability.
Yes, if the county's paying for it,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should be signed up for it.
Yes.
One of these processes we're getting.
Who doesn't have it right now? Who doesn't qualify? A director like you?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. I shouldn't say who else doesn't have it, because that's private information.
I,
Talking about director, you're not talking about like our staff.
Oh, it's anybody and everybody. Yes, it's employees that are supervised, they're someone like me that doesn't have it, so
I
it's
think-
a smattering
Yeah,
of people.
I'll just say, I believe it was a lack of communication on the county's part during sign-up of what that was and what it cost. It would be my only guess. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But it's one of those cleanup things that we're working on, trying to ensure that as we move forward, that we're doing the right thing for our employees.
Yes,
And that they have the right communication to them.
yes. I want everyone to get it since it's free.
To
And
them.
I think it's just been the people before us wasn't explaining that.
Okay?
Just got missed.
Yep.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to the paid leave policy in the employee's handbook.
1 second.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Ray, second by Commissioner Stevens to approve the amendment of paid leave in the employee handbook policy. All in favor, or any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That'll move forward. Yes. All right, number 24, discussion and action to approve additional position dispatcher. On this, since we're at the end of the year, I think there was some confusion, and Sheriff, help me if I'm wrong, or thoughts. There's confusion. I thought there was an open slot for another dispatcher, and we did not have that in the budget. There is money in the budget to pay for this for the last, what are we, month and a half left in there. So this is asking the court to approve one additional dispatcher. I believe I've talked to Mr. Reeves. We do have the money in there that will pay for this to bring them on board. This will help with overtime, a lot of different things adding this person. So that's the request.
I'll make the motion for the county to add one additional dispatcher position.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Buck to approve the one additional dispatch position at the budgeted rate that's in the current budget to match the others. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. That is approved. Item number 25 is discussion and action to approve one additional position, custodian. This comes because of the new building and the timing of the new building. We do have a new custodian position in the new budget, but this is to try to advertise for that and possibly hire somebody, since the hope is we're moving in 1st of September, that will have additional help to help maintain that building. there is money in that budget as well, to cover the month and a half that possibly, if we hired somebody tomorrow, would take. So,
So in this new position, I just now looked at it and read it, it doesn't say anything about possessing a Texas driver's license. Is that something we can add to that thing? If they're gonna drive a pickup. Ma'am?
well, I think they need the flexibility to fill in and do, but they also have to drive the trash to different places. Yeah.
I make a motion we approve additional position for custodian.
Second. I've got a motion by Commissioner Brown. I think I have a second by Commissioner Stevens, but I think there were multiple, so aye goes to you. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, we'll move forward with that. Number 26, discussion and action to approve sub-depository contract with Bank of Houston, which is a bank in Dublin. As confusing as that sounds.
Yes, and that is just to extend our contract 2 more years with our sub-depository contract with Dublin, Bank of Houston,
Okay.
which is in Dublin. It just extends it out 2 more years for us.
I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion we approve the sub-depository contract with the Bank of Houston in Dublin.
I got a motion by Commissioner Brown, second by Commissioner Buck, to approve our sub-depository contract with Bank of Houston in Dublin. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That will move forward. Thank you, Ms. Schopper. Stay right there, though. Item 27, presentation and approval of the July 2023 monthly treasurer's report. Ms. Schopper.
Thank you. At least once a month at a regular term of the Commissioners Court, the County Treasurer shall make a detailed report of money received and dispersed, debts due to and owed by the county, and all other proceedings in the Treasurer's office. Our receipts for the month of July of 2023 were $1,010,510.36. Our disbursements were $2,125,260.47. Our cash in bank is $6,516,974.94. Our cash invested is $32,224,379.38, which brings our total cash and investments to $38,741,354.32. And the debt of the county is $911,020.25.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions for Ms. Schauber? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the July 2023 monthly treasurer's report.
Got a motion by Commissioner Stevens, a second by Commissioner Ray, to approve the July 2023 monthly treasurer's report. Any further discussion?
In all things, everything is reconciled.
Thank you, ma'am. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I think we finally got enough things here. I do too. Okay. That is, a motion is approved. Everybody was focused. Item number 28 is discussion on budget. I'll put this in here just to allow you guys, we don't have the screen up or anything like that. We've had multiple meetings. I'm eternally grateful for all the elected officials and the staff the commissioners, the auditor's office has helped work through this. And any last comments or things that you as a guys as a court have, we've kind of discussed kind of where we're at on projects, what we're spending, and then I am going to file the proposed budget tomorrow. A couple of highlights I wanted to mention on the budget. One of the important things to me was human capital and taking care of the people that take care of us. And so we, in this proposed plan, you're going to see a pay plan that's, I believe, is sustainable. It puts us to be competitive in the market that we find ourselves in, the job market that we find ourselves in. It puts us on a path to retain knowledge and talent, and to better serve the public and throughout every department in here. There are 14 new positions in it. Of those 14 new positions, 9 of them are in law enforcement, between law enforcement, school resource officers, and jailers. 2 of those are in our tax and DMV office. 1 is a general admin clerk, 1 is another HR person, and 1 is a custodian for our new building so we can take care of it. So, again, trying to be responsible to the taxpayers while taking care of the services and set ourselves up. Just on a side note, I will tell you, because most of the public doesn't always know this, but where we're at and what we're looking at as far as the future. In the jail, and correct me if I'm wrong, Captain Clayton, but I was there this weekend. Yesterday morning, we had 125-ish inmates. Only 4 of those are from Hood County. There are none from Corio County. Generally speaking, we've made a lot of money off of housing inmates from other counties. And our inmate population was around 70 to 80 to 85. So that's just to let you know what we're looking at with growth. Growth comes good things, growth comes maybe bad things and stuff that we've got to analyze and look at in the future to make sure that we don't put ourselves in a bind like some of our neighbors have, where they're actually having to pay, which we've been the benefit of for jailers. So, focus is there. This budget has $5 million of ARPA funds tagged for communications that will put every law enforcement agency in Erath County on the same system, improve their coverage, allow them to talk to our neighbors and talk groups and things that will just make them much, much safer when they're out in the field doing it. It has $750,000 towards renovations of existing buildings that we have, both technology and brick and mortar, to take care of things that you entrust us to take care of. And I believe that's very important that we do, that we physically and technologically and take care of the equipment that you guys, that serves you. There's a lot of other things in there as well. You know, we are into our 2nd year of the tax freeze for over 65. So anybody that's got a homestead at 65 and over, your county taxes are frozen with that ceiling. We're into our 2nd year of that. We are looked at, I guess that's kind of all I got. What?
Trying to restructure some of the pay scale.
So in the pay scale, yeah, we're restructuring our pay scales. We're looking at what, and this will all be online soon, but we're looking at setting a base for each position that we have that, again, is repeatable into the future. Unfortunately, we've got some places where we're all over the place for people doing the same things and stuff of that nature. And so what we're proposing is kind of a base pay plan for each position and then longevity that rewards those employees that are here that should be doing a good job if we're doing a good job as leaders. The people that are doing a good job for you are the ones that should be there in 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years that we hope to retain and retire. And my viewpoint on that is to reward those people and ensure that they stay with us. So the next generation of the Erath County family that's serving you can learn from them, and we can do better for it. So you will see that when it comes out. It's a significant investment. It's north of $1 million, probably closer to 1.54 range when it all gets done. Investment in human capital. I will tell you, our overall spend will be down from last year, though. Is our hope. But I tell you that because I'm not I know that there's a lot of pressure on tax rate property, what we're doing. I want you to know that we're putting a lot of thought into it to set ourselves up and structurally set ourselves up for the future to handle the growth. We're in a really unique position that we're under 50,000. Most of our neighbors where all the growth is are over 50,000, so they've already had to address the laundry list of things that come when you move from a rural to an urban county, such as multiple JPs. We have to have 2 more JP courts. There's a lot of ordinance and stuff that we have to do. And my job, I feel like, is to analyze that and shoot you straight on where it's at so that we're in a good position to handle that growth everywhere. And that's my long-winded spiel of what you'll see tomorrow when I quit being cross-eyed looking at spreadsheets and everything of that nature. And then obviously we will have a public hearing that is tentatively set for September the 6th for the budget and the tax hearing. So once you get this, if you see it and you've got questions, that'll be the public forum. But my office is always open if you want to speak to me as well on any questions for it. So, anything else? No? Good, Mr. Buck? Good? Good, all right. We will move to item number 29, which is discussion and action to approve invoices presented for regular and reoccurring payment as presented by county auditor and issue order to the county treasurer to disperse funds. There are 7 packets here for a grand total of $966,936.13. There is the first packet, which is Commissioner Court items in the amount of $574,438.63. A recurring packet payable for $8,838.69. Another reoccurring for $1,009.85. Another reoccurring for $60,679.72. A reoccurring payable of $28,670.63. July 2023 payroll liabilities of $201,705.50, and another reoccurring payable packet of $91,593.11, again for a total of $966,936.13. Once again, every one of those transactions is listed in the agenda minutes and the agenda packet and the agenda minutes, and can be found online for your review. And I will entertain a motion. Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
I got a motion from Commissioner Buck, a second from Commissioner Brown to pay the bills. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That will move forward. Item 30, close the executive session. I don't have a need. Does any commissioner have a need for a closed executive session? There will be no executive session today. Item 31, discuss a new business. We'll go down the row. Commissioner Ray?
I don't have anything.
Okay, Mr. Stevens?
I was contacted a week or so ago from the Cowboy Capital Pro Rodeo Fairgrounds, the new one that's going in on 67. They're gonna be in need of some help, on the week of the 21st through the 28th, I believe it is. They're needing some water, a water truck, water and apparatus to water their ring down the roads. They asked if the county would be able to help them out with that situation. I know it's something I've put on the agenda, but I just want to look at it, be thinking about, well, how we might be able to help them if that's something they want to do or what. But
Okay.
I told them I'd bring it to court and we'd try to figure out a way to help them if we could.
Perfect. Anything else?
The new building, I guess, we touched on it a little bit, but it's a pretty amazing building. We had a meeting with TAC, had a meeting here this past week, and had a lot of compliments. A lot of people were impressed with the new building. So it's looking good. It's gonna be a nice facility for us in the future. It's for the residents of the county, for everybody. It's gonna be nice.
What do we owe it to?
That,
What's that payment on that building? The new building?
I don't know that we've got their final.
Right on track before we were gonna be at 7.1.
And we're waiting on some touch-up items on that punch list items before we finalize that, so. I will say, coming from construction background, building a building that big for that amount of money is pretty impressive, and I had nothing to do with it, so. But it's. Commissioner Buck? Thank you. Things good. I do not have anything that I'm aware of at this time, so I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make motion to adjourn.
Got a motion by Commissioner Ray, second by Commissioner Buck. All in favor, say aye.